And we're back. Dust2, ladies and gentlemen. Well, a steal away 16-14, of course, if you are just joining us. It was one win to take the pick of SAW. And a really good one. They love playing Ancient. But here we are, Dust2. They play it on the one-win side, but not to massive success. Meanwhile, SAW, they need another permaban, don't they? And it's a new look team. So we'll see. We did have the angle that you never really know what to expect. They may well have worked this into the map pool a bit sneakily. I hope they have. I hope they have. That's all I'm saying.
I hope so too, because yeah, for SAW's sake, not managing to take Ancient is probably a bit of a blow for them. But Dust2 is an map I have watched them play in the past. Let's see if they can bring back some of the old magic with this team as well. Don't worry, those arms aren't just flying away. They it's a bit of a GoTV lag there, some floating arms, very amusing. But that's what can happen sometimes. Pistol round underway, just. With the dualies this time. Dualies have been ever present in this series on pistol rounds so far. Utility for one win, 2 smokes for the cross, 3 flashes available as well. I'm going to be going in toward the A-bomb site.
Oh, a few dodgy shots coming round. We'll see here. Going to get a bit weird. Travis has closed the gap. And well, he spotted that head, found him through the smoke glowing, taking down Roman. So we still have a player in towards short that could get a bit weird. Well, there he goes. And now, of course, just the Julies and Story left to go. See here, Story going to take one to the cranium. Just now the only player left on the Julies. He's a little fast on the turnaround. Left on 4 HP, though, and the player above will drop him. 1 win with the pistol. It's not the way that SAW wanted to kick off their journey of Dust2.
No, another good find for 1 win. Close round again, but SAW just seem to be so close in so many of these rounds, especially in the previous map. But it's the main thing that I've seen from them so far. Is they do tend to get out-aimed a bit. And we had this discussion, right? I completely agree with you. 1 win do have the aimers on the team. Like, I think, SAW that not bad, right? I need to stretch the imagination, but it's just 1 win just seem to have so much ridiculous quality in the aim department. We've seen some great stuff from Just, of course, in that previous map. He was hitting some dirty headshots, but he was getting dinked immediately in return, wasn't he? So, you know, it's a duality of Counter-Strike, AK versus M4. Who gets the dink first?
Absolutely. Blowing. Oh, finding Mutiris on the edge of the smoke. He knows what's up. Nice frag, and it really opens the round up now. A minute just about left. I mean, they could start to rotate back. You know, SAW on the force buy, as you usually would, going pretty aggressive. Flamey, meanwhile, catches all these rotations, you know. So the info is there. I'd get out of there. Yeah, Story's found a nice shot on that scout, and they are indeed going to start to move away. Perhaps to short, perhaps to B. It looks like up short, so we'll see. Story with the reposition. Quick tag. He takes a lot more damage this time for the shot, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how good this looks. They'll go moving through the smoke. It was hoping to give a bit of control, but unfortunately not. They're actually moving to save, it looks like, on the SAW side of things. So, yeah, a kill. Unfortunately, not the second. They will just take these weapons into the next.
Yeah, Story getting tagged down to 12 meant that he couldn't just fall back towards CT and then maybe play a little bit longer. It's just 1 bullet. It's a terrible angle anyway. Dust2, that angle from sort of next to CT looking up to short is such a ridiculously hard angle to play with whatever gun you have in whatever situation. But yeah, it's I'll start for SAW having to eco with these and just go again with them in the next before they get their full buyout. I was scared Story might take that scout frag and take that scout shot, fall down into CT and then lose his life as he was only 12 health, but thankfully he fell on the slightly rampier part and not straight into CT and didn't jump or anything, so he's fine. Didn't happen before. 1 win with the perfect start, and a map like this, of course, as well, talking about how good their aim was in the previous map, I feel like this is the perfect map for them in general to show that off as well. I will say, of course, they only have won a couple out of their recent. I think it's like a 30% win rate out of 6, so it's, you know, it's okay, but not great. They have beaten some good teams on the map, so as you say, peeking maybe into the weakness of SAW, one they don't play much. Might be their reasoning on that one.
Pause coming through here. Not sure what the move is. Seems to be a bit more technical in nature, doesn't it, boss? So, yeah.
It does, unfortunately. But we're back underway.
But we're back underway. We are indeed back underway. That's what we like.
It was glowing.
Not having to fill. Listen, mate, we have done plenty of filling over the past week or so, haven't we? So
yes,
we're
we
pretty well versed at it. I was about ready to get my notebook out of random things to talk about, but I've put it away now.
No worries. The notebook will come out again at some point, and we'll get into our tangents and stories, of which we have many, which is good. But anyway, just around, of course, for SAW. The saved guns that they had in the previous, the Deagle, of course, as well. A little love tap from Just there. Catching Lollipop in the shoulder. Come down to 80, but I'm going to changing up the pace a little bit here against the low bar. I think realising there are at least a couple of players toward long, maybe even a stack. And they've already gone in toward tunnels and mid. One player toward the back of the site, and Travis has just absolutely leapt onto Story. And he won't be reading anything anymore. Round over.
Looking pretty smooth so far for one win. I mean, this is kind of how things started off on the first map, though, and there was a bit of a run back there from SAW. So we'll see, we'll see. I'm definitely not counting them out. It's going to be a very tough ride, very tough map. But I still feel like we have a chance for SAW, okay? They're a fun team to watch, and they never back down from a challenge. That is absolutely for sure.
Absolutely. They've been hit with plenty of challenges in their career, has to be said. We spoke about the RMR match against Outsiders earlier. We know they've had some difficulties with the roster, of course, as well. We went through that pre-game where, of course, they had Sododo and Arky. Arky got benched for Story. Story just didn't really deliver that early on in his career, I would say. Sododo was obviously moved off the primary AWP role as well. And Sododo came back to the primary AWP role as they got rid of Story and brought back Arky again. And then there was, of course, the big switch after FTW played so well in conference. With Sododo going to FTW, so Sododo gets his shot at Pro League at least. But SAW now, the most well-known of the Portuguese teams, I think it has to be said. Have U-Jerks and Story back in their roster. And the first gun round is going relatively okay at the moment. First pick will come back in response to make it a 4v4. Roman with that one from long range toward mid. Up the mid doors toward the right little cubby there. Now Story will flash in his teammates toward long as well to retake the control. I think they'll realise it's completely clear. And I think one win actually with that incendiary thrown by Roman will know that they have it back again. So maybe that incendiary wasn't necessarily something they should have thrown in that scenario. Sort of lets them know that they've gone back into that role again rather than falling all the way back. But one, we're not going too quick off the back of it, so still any ones, and Travis doesn't guess the fact that Roman's on the angle, so Amy didn't spot it. Now they have the advantage to work with, and time is running lower now.
.30 seconds. Very much lower, and they lack, I mean, anything to get in here. They're going to send Flamey flying forwards, and he closes the gap slightly. But how do you deal with this AWP? I don't know that smoke is quite good enough. It just gives the space. U-Jerks, though. U-Jerks, though. Oh, a little bit of work, but he will indeed find two, as well as the bomb on the deck. Flamey sticking around, going to lose his head. What can you really do from that spot? But SAW immediately get on the board. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that was really important for them to keep One Win honest early on. Of course, we saw that One Win had that little run on Ancient, and a couple of little runs actually on both halves where they put SW's economy in a rough spot. They had to go for an eco, then another eco, if you remember, as well. Sort of a deagle buy, and then nothing after that. Half by nothing. Sort of pattern. That lost them 2 rounds in a row. Is difficult to come back from when One Win can build up an economy like that on T side. Echo looking to get a boosted above the smoke. That could be a nice line to hold. He's not being given anything at the moment. Echo on Dust2. Orpa's on Dust2. Always one of the most important battles, and he's already won the first duel you win the second duel as well. Or are you going to get flashed, or the timing on the shot is perfect? You have no choice in that scenario but to go for a timing shot, and his was spot on.
Lollipop. Pretty good spot for him at the blue bin. Keeping pressure over here. Needed to find that kill if he was going to take the fight, though. Especially with them already being a man down. 5 on 3. Where do we go? Again, lacking the utility. Not quite as heavily as last time, but still a fair bit. Molly will push Mutiris back. So they've kind of got the mid control that they were after, but where do they go? Nice find from Glowing. Catches Story. Maybe another. Knows he's in at CT. Can't get it done. But still keeps everyone guessing. And unfortunately, I think what they were hoping is, you know, you got short presence, you got drop down, you got this, you got that. They were hoping that the B players would turn around and at the very least have a look. Right? But no. They are not moving. And so one win, their game plan just, it never really gets activated because, you know, those uncontrollable variables work against them.
Yeah, and Ujox could be about to take Flame down after time here. All the other way around. Thankfully, Flamey, for his sake and his money, only 650 in the bank, does get the frag. And obviously, with 4 players alive total, 2 on both teams, you don't really want to throw any guns away in that scenario. So, as you say, that was really the only way, right? That play coming in from Glowing, that was the only way they would be able to get back into that round. Just, if you take the CT player, then remove so much threat of a possible spray maybe through the smoke CT. He gets that kill. It's a even round, and perhaps they can go toward B a bit more ease. But it's alright say not to be. So 1 win in this round with the saved guns. It's a bit mix and match because of that. Flamey has the AK still, Deco has the AWP still, Glowing has a Galil, and 2 Deagles to go along with it, the Lollipop and Travis. So this is SAW's chance now to pull away, but I've seen plenty of rounds won with less.
Very quickly up short. Good pressure here, I think pretty scary actually, so they need to watch themselves. Waiting for the nadage. Yeah, it's pretty good for here from 1 win actually in terms of timings and baiting and presence and things like that. Really solid stuff. Still not leaving themselves with a lot of time. This is classic CIS Dust2 gameplay, isn't it, really? Sort of become the new overpass in the past few years, I would say.
Yeah, I get that. I get that comparison as well. I think, personally, if we're going to go delve a bit deeper into it, I think that Dust2 should be one of the maps removed next, because it's just not as inspiring as any of the others in the pool, I feel like. But we do get some exciting matches on it sometimes. Ujox, though, is very stuck toward long. Thankfully, though, for Ujox's sake, Story's on the angle still. And look, there's still a player toward Goose. That is Mutiris, and he only gets the 1, though. Travis could get the bomb planted here, I think, with 10 seconds to go. They are converging on the position, though. 2 players very much stuck. Deco can't get anything done, and they'll jump up the top of the box to try and deal with Travis. In the end, they spray him down. Too many players for Travis to find. And SAW, successfully, if Just finally gets the Deagle and the AWP off the ground, we'll commit to a double AWP setup, and we'll even it up at 3 each. With the bomb plant, maybe there's a chance they can buy something, but I still think we're looking at probably a bit of a pistol armor buy here with some util.
Looking good for SAW, though, to be honest. I thought that, you know, they were in a pretty dangerous spot early on, lose the first rifle, and you'd expect 1 win to maybe pull out one of their better strats to make that happen. But they battled back pretty well. Smoke's a bit late, I won't lie. But either way, all good. No one's at long anyway. It's a decent enough deagle buy. You could call this a deco, maybe. But they've got a lot of utility.
They do, as I said, that's what they were hoping to put into practice. else to play. In toward mid. Glowing. And very much tagged up. You know, 2 players here to try and fight this one. Roman tapping away long range with the silenced M4. Story here with the AWP. They have some insurance policies in mid here. Who saw?
You love a good insurance policy. See how good it is, though, mate. You know, are we talking European levels or NA levels?
NA insurance policy can be scary.
It's the last decent thing, I think, that we maybe have in the UK is the free healthcare. So,
True.
Gotta get it in there.
True.
Oh, the nades are just too damn strong. Not a chance for one win. So, SAW taking the lead early on.
Yeah, very well played from SAW. We need to build up a good amount of rounds. I would say, on Dust2, I don't think it really matters anymore in terms of. I think it's actually a pretty even map, even with the changes that came in about a year ago. I think at this point, it hasn't really changed much. I think about the map really at all. Just need to be a bit more wary of lower tunnel aggression on the T side. TTs can get there pretty quick. U-Jerk's deploying everything toward long. The Molotov toward blue box. The smoke that bounces off the ceiling that will deal with the long doors. But SAW change it up. And they change it up really nicely as well. They've got a couple of players in toward tunnels to take control of it. And guess what? They've taken control of that position of the map and got control of the bomb as well. Perfect time to do it. And honestly, I know we have 1 minute 20 to go here, Scriv, but we might be unfortunately be in a situation where one win have no other choice but to save.
Possibly, right? That sort of degree of futility, we talk about it sometimes. I think T-side saving on Dust2 is actually not as rare as some of the other maps. But still never a good look, never a good feel, importantly.
Yeah. This is a must save though, right? Because Lollipop's 17 health and Deco is glass cannon. So it's like, you're just throwing away your guns if you go for it here. Unfortunate situation that sort of makes up your mind immediately.
So a bit boring here. Sorry about that. But there you go.
Can't help it sometimes.
Pro League kicking off tomorrow. That's,
yeah, I'm excited,
that's cool. You're excited for that one? Going to be watching all the endpoint games, I hope. I think we've got a bit of casting on, don't we? But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Pro League is going to be great. I mean, I think Pro League is going to be anyone's this season, I feel like. I mean, I know that, Navi and FaZe are just so far ahead in the world rankings compared to everyone else, but I think there are upsets available. I think G2 are going to have some more time with Hooksy. We saw him step up a little bit more recently. Vitality are going to have some more time with Spinks. He's been still fragging just as good as he has been, or was, on ENCE as well. ENCE's new team in general is really exciting, I think, with Valda in tow, alongside some Pius as well. Can't wait to see that team play for the first time.
Yeah, true.
And yeah.
You and me both, fella. You and me both.
Even this Challenger League season, I think, is pretty sick. I mean, I think at least, maybe even 2 teams from both groups could be good enough for Pro League, I would say. At least. For example, this season, I would say that just keep your eye on Sprout and Falcons. I think they are ones to watch in ECL and the RMR, for sure.
Lovely pickup. Story with the overpeak. Oh no, this is one of the better starts that one win have had into a round. Still certainly recoverable. It's really interesting to me that they're playing pretty much every single round this slowly. I think it would be good to see a pace pickup in one of the rounds, especially if this one doesn't work. But keeping the fake out coming. However, yeah, they're very prepared and ready. That A1S at range keeps its accuracy way better than the AK. I might give the game away that we're going for another short hit here, but there is Glowing. The small change, but here is Mutiris, and he expects the expected. 3 versus 2, not out of the question quite yet, but the bomb needs picking up.
I have to say, it would be a problem if you don't expect the expected. That would be bad for any team. But yeah, this is a really difficult situation because Deco is not close enough. Again, because obviously when you save with a glass cannon, you can't be dropped armor. That's not how it works. So they're getting this difficult situation where it's basically all down to glowing and you can only get the one. Roman was always going to swing to save or at least trade. He manages the trade, and with 9 seconds to go, bomb stuck on short. Deco's off to save again. Tough one for him. Not really in the action apart from that opening pick. I guess that's also a problem for a 1-win in general too, that you keep saving on T side, no matter if it's the correct call or not. It is a it's not an easy situation economically to get yourself out of. Lollipop has a really nice glove-knife combination. I highly respect that one. Here it is. Slightly knife, mate. Lucky.
No. The gloves look nice, though. The gloves are a bit underrated. Good find from you, Jerks. Nice to see him a bit more activated, a bit louder here on Dust2. Which is funny, you know, because it's just not the map that they play, and then the map that they do play, he was a bit, well, a lot quiet. Couldn't even hear him. So, yeah, crazy.
I think the important thing to bring up as well for SAW is that they've actually, with their 6th round, already done better than their only attempt on Dust2 as of late. It was in June. They played 1 win as well in a previous season of Challenger League. So, last time they played it, it was against the same team, and they lost 16-5. So they've already done better. This is progress, Scriv.
True. Like I say, I mean, it's kind of predictable that it's going to get picked into you, so you got to start sorting this business out, really. And I think that's exactly what they've done. So, yeah, I can respect it. Oh, looks like we'll have a fight down here. Flamey. Oh, okay, does get one. I was going to say, he needs at least one. They're charging in towards B, though. Yeah, not going to happen, fellas. Sorry. Not a chance. Even on a bad day, there's no way they make it in there. 20 seconds and the bomb recovered. Deco actually going to take the glass cannon up out of the round. So, yeah, 7th round for SAW. Yeah, he's just going to stick with it. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
This, again, I'll be honest with you, it's the correct decision, but he might get punished for it this time. You jerks, they finally built up enough money to maybe look to punish him. I think Deco's heard it, though. He actually went for the swing at the end there for a second as well. But gives a whole new definition to Jame time. Maybe it should be Deco time now. But realistically, as I said, it's the correct call every single time. Unfortunately for the state of the game. But there we are.
It's funny, because Jame gets the stick, but yeah.
Everyone does it.
It is indeed the smart move.
There are some rounds, though, which, you've seen Jame in the past. There's the knife, by the way. It's nice.
Yeah, that's clean.
Jame has done it in the past a few times where it's like, okay, this is genuinely not the right call / just completely not going with your teammate. You know, that's not what Deco's doing. Deco is actually with the play for a lot of these, but again, it's forced because of the clock to fall away. Jame has situations where it's like, mate, why are you on your own in lower tunnel when your teammates are trying to take the A site through short? I know it's like a good spot to be for the rotations, but surely you have the information, and we can see the information. They probably can see the information. He's not budged. Sometimes it's confusing, this sort of plays. Just an example, of course. Couldn't think of anything else off the top of my head because we are playing Dust2.
It always feels like, as well, when you save... What, great little flash there. But when you save on Dust2, it feels like it's very boring. Well, just not boring. Blank coming in, that's also not boring. They're all dead. Oh, Lollipop will survive just about. We saving once again to get this AWP out of the round? I mean, maybe get rid of the AWP. Maybe just get full AKs and, get in their faces. I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, again, more rounds this happens, the more SAW will put bodies in to stop it from happening. Because while one winner saving, they're continuing to be alive. You know, multiple. There you go. Look, continuing to be alive multiple rounds in a row with at least 3 or 4 players. This time, Story holds what can only be considered as an absolutely disgusting angle. Literally a tiny crack in the wall there on the right-hand side of mid. And he spots Lollipop, actually it was, walking away. Story takes him out. So there we go. Finally, the AWP is removed. One win can no longer use it. And they are kind of stalling themselves, honestly. With the amount of times they saved the AWP, their economy was always just in a rough spot. I brought it up earlier. They're finally down to some form of even money across the 5 of them. Amy's bought himself a Galil and armor. So, again, a round where they can do some damage, but SAW are going to be up to 9 probably before one win get their guns again. SAW already confirming their lead on the half now.
Lollipop going to eat a bullet there. It's actually a quick out mid. They are definitely upping the pace in these past few rounds, aren't they? 1 car, 1 dead at window. And only the 1 kill for the car player as well, so really not looking good. The rotations are miles away. Decent money, decent weaponry. Still, though. 3 rifles now on that T side. I just don't really see this one happening. Neither do they, so they'll be back to a save. But 8 already. Really good stuff for SAW. They just have to make sure that this is one isolated round from one win. Shut them down immediately.
Yeah, what did I say about this round? Shouldn't be happening. Well, they haven't really touched a B bomb site all game, right? One win. I mean, you bring that up well, and they've caught SAW off guard. They've conditioned them to be more wary elsewhere, and they try and hop into B, and guess what? It works out. Of course, in this round as well, considering they have got guns for free, they're thinking, okay, well, we've kind of got away with this, and we can look to hunt down some of these players. But I think keeping the guns is important toward the end of the half, because it keeps them with a double buy left rather than a singular. But yeah, there's another reason, my Dust2 argument on why to remove the map. Sure, Inferno sees tons of saves, but I think realistically, as Just accidentally buys a PP Bison, don't worry, it happens. But yeah, I think Dust2 just isn't as inspiring when it comes to exciting games, when it comes to you know, wild strategies. It's just basically take long, take a mid to B, or take cat. It's just one of the 3. And although it has delivered some incredible matches in the past, I just don't think it really is in a state where it necessarily deserves to stay in the professional pool. I think it needs another break for me. I would remove Dust2 still first over Vertigo. Definitely Vertigo second, but I would choose Dust2 first, for sure.
So, pretty important round here for one win to keep stringing them together. They're going to go fast up short. The pace has indeed been picked up, but things looking good here for SAW. Just 2 remaining. Just 1. Oh, I thought that was Muterius. It's actually U-Jerks behind him, but nonetheless, the 9th comes back in, and we might end up with a 3rd here. 1 win. I don't know. I'm looking forward to their CT side for sure, but their T side is rough. Very, very rough. Just can't string them together, bro. And since the pistol, it's been a difficult ride, to say the least.
What I will say, of course, is at least they do have winning on that eco means they have money, as I mentioned right just before. Like, it's it would not been left with much otherwise in this round, but they have a chance now to at least get 5. 5 could be enough as they go on to CT. There's a chance for the likes of Deco, the likes of Travis to sharpen their anchor rolls. As you can see, 3 of their players on 5 kills right now. Nothing really spectacular from anyone on the one-win side so far in this half. They were just running around headshotting everyone and such on T-side Ancient. Nade's going to be tasty. Oh, not as much damage as I hoped. Not as deep as I'd hoped, perhaps. 80 damage needed for Glowing and Travis, and already one of them's gone. Glowing could get tapped down as well if he's not careful. This is something that I was just thought of, Scrib, actually, in this half so far. One win have been surprisingly open in mid, and SAW have been very, very happy to take long-range taps and long-range duels with the Silenced M4 up mid and close mid too. Very mid-central, I feel like, and it's working quite well.
Yeah, I think it's a fair thing to notice, to be honest, on sort of the tap play and whatnot. that A1S is pretty effective on the sort of tighter angles, longer angles. Because like I say, the accuracy drop-off is much, much less than the AK. They feel subtle in your MM games, but here they're going to use those advantages perfectly. Nice find from Lollipop. Probably need this head. What? What?
Okay.
His crosshair was nowhere near him.
Okay. I mean...
What is that?
Have at it, Deco. He's fast, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. Story's under pressure now. Story's under a lot of pressure now. This could be a B-bomb site take again, which puts him in a tough situation, but Story does great to get one. 7 seconds on the clock. Bomb can go down. He's going to be under pressure. Nade coming in. That doesn't touch him, thankfully. Molly for the door. That means he can only focus on window. Doesn't need to worry about other positions.
Oh.
And he flicks fast to take Mutuous as well. Deco's showing up here. This guy is an absolute menace. Get him on land. Let's go to the RMR right now. I need to see it immediately.
Oh my god. What a round from Deco. What a moment.
Aye, aye, aye.
Just let that sink in.
There's a basin knocking at my front door right now.
I mean, that was so fast. That was so fast. Once you find that first one, right, you're just in the zone, like. And you could absolutely see that with the peaks that he was taking. Jesus. Amazing stuff. They can pick up 6 now off the back of that. It would be a great response. Lollipop to open. Low HP players for sure. Travis really trapped in here, trying to take the fight. Any damage that he can do, to be honest, is good. It's only a little bit, though. 4v4. Still pretty good for the T side. Once again, they're going to try for the quick, fast, short rotate. Catch these CTs in difficult positions. It might work for them. Roman's here quite fast. They've only got the trickle smoke. Actually taking a lot of open fights. I don't know if it failed or if that was part of the plan. I think it's part of the plan. Nonetheless, 1 for 1. They'll get the bomb down, planted for short. Need one more kill to make this a bit more secure, I'd say, Trav.
Yeah, for sure. Deco has a flash to try and help out, so it might just be the aim jewels, really, to set up Flamey and Glowing. That's the main choice they've got, but that's a big miss from Roman. Glowing takes him out, headshot, tapping down at range as well, and just is so stuck in CT. It's now time for Story to show up. The AWPer, but not to be. Deco hits another shot, and there it is. Half-time, some quality stuff from Deco to recover that 1/2 win. They get 6 as we go on to CT. See you after the break.
Howdly doodly, welcome back. 1 win with a hell of a clutch at the turn of the half. Gives them 5 and then the energy to get 6, the confidence to get it, the morale boost. So now the pistol stands between them and evening up the scoreline. And of course, the CT side of their own map pick that, you know, SAW, as we've said, not the most comfortable. So we'll see here. I like the little jump boost there from Just. That's kind of cool.
It is. This is a big half for SAW. After losing Ancient in the way that they did, they'd be disappointed with themselves. Blamey giving his crosshair a little shake as if to say, I'm ready. He's boosted up on all the energy drinks, it looks like. Yeah, bring a little vibration. But yeah, it's going to be basically a similar play that 1win did on their T-pistol. 2 smokes for the cross, a couple of flashes, in fact 3 in total. Try and help out with a bit more advancing maybe towards short, perhaps later in the take. Deco toward get right. Can he get any frags from this position? Mutwist in that bomb down and wary of a possibility of a jump. A Kelly from CT, but in the end he gets it down and he's safe for now. Story's flash will help out a double peek with Just. Will it work out? They're going to go together. Try and aim down towards CT, but now there are 3 players. Make that 4 players coming up towards short. The battle's on.
They don't have a lot of time. They've got no kit available, so yep, just going to have to go charging in. The Glocks up close. They are deadly. And down they will all fall. It is 5-4-2 as the trades go. And SAW, well, perfect start to the second half. 1 win now. Really, really troublesome stuff, to be honest. This gap is going to expand and expand, and they really cannot afford to drop any rifles for quite some time. So I do worry now.
Yeah. 1win are in a situation here where if they lose this round, it's basically 12-6, and SAW have to pull the score. So if they win the force buy, then it's very much map on again. Nade from Flamey. That's basically maximum damage to U-Jerk. Somehow it takes him from 100 to 42, I think. I think a nade can do more than that, really. In that scenario, maybe it connected with his body as well. Often do a bit of contact damage, impact damage. It would hurt. Catching a grenade right in the chest, right in the stomach, even before it's exploded. There it is. More deco magic possibly coming in here. A scout from sight to pit, and he's ready and raring to go.
Oh god.
Do it.
Okay, they're all hugging the wall. Deco's not taking a wide. There he goes. Not going to get the tag. The nade, though. Denies a little bit, but at the very least, it leaves 3 players one-shottable with this scout, and he's still pretty healthy. They are indeed going to dip away. He's just seen the tail end of a player, so maybe could call that, but they're actually not fully dipping away. So what is the game plan? And in all honesty, it's one of those where maybe you overthink yourself, maybe not. It's a good read. Well played from SAW here. They'll have themselves a free bomb plant and probably just force the save from 1 win.
Yeah, I really like this. This is just years and years of experience from SAW coming in here. Mutuous especially, probably calling this one. So good. Realise that Deco probably saw 3 of them. They go back. They make no noise whatsoever. And they realise that... Oh. Surely 1win will think we've gone B now. Or gone mid. They just walk up again. 1win bite. The lack of sound. The lack of presence. And they're forced to save the force buy. Just like SAW did on their CT side as well.
So, the somewhat anticlimactic finish. Hopefully, SAW can indeed keep this one rolling, take us to a 3rd, right? It would be a weird turn of affairs, to be honest. Vertigo is that 3rd map as well. I really do not know how that would go down, to be quite honest with you.
Vertigo is a nice mid-range, sort of a middle ground map between these 2 teams. I've seen SAW play Vertigo for years and years. Again, they do like... playing the new maps do SAW. They were one of the first to adopt Ancient at the very beginning, learnt utility basically a week into it. When the first officials came through on Ancient for Advanced and Challenger League. And I think they were always good on Vertigo as well from the very beginning. As for 1win, they like it too, so that one really could go either way. We'll get back into their previous results on that map later on. For now, it's a bit of a stack toward A or 1 win. Do they want to commit to it this time? Do they want to stick around and call the bluff, the SAW bluff? Or they'll be hammered out?
Nice wide peek coming out. Deco, though, going to find the kill. Travis will lose his head, but more tags coming down from that scout. And again, they just don't want to mess with it. I reckon you keep the scout here and then you rotate some players across maybe. They're going for the same again. Yeah, I was thinking they'd do this. They'll never expect the same strat twice in a row. Bit more telegraphed, and you know they don't. Deco is still sticking around, though, to be fair, so we'll see. It could get a bit weird.
Yeah, Deco has more chance to do some work here, but SAW using the if it ain't broke, don't fix it tactic. Surely, we'll have the same result, to be fair, because the damage is done. Lollipop's very low. 2 players to face. Does take Story with him. And I'm glowing. That's a beautiful swing. Deal with Just. And just like that, with Flaming getting that kill on the crossing Mutuus with the smoke with the P250, 1 win the harder round of the 2.
Totally unexpected. Mind blown ever so slightly. I mean, wild. Yeah, absolutely wild, to be fair. I don't know, and now I feel like a good chance to close the gap for them, right? It was going to be really, really tough and relying heavily on the first rifle. So kind of have to force to just even the money and, you know, stay close on the tail. If they lose this, 11-9, I mean, 1 rifle would stand in the way, right?
Indeed. Game on after that round, for sure. Especially with a couple of players left alive on 1 win, gives them a little bit of a buffer of money. SAW not in a good spot. They have 2 smokes and a flash. That is it to work with here. Mid to B smokes surely have to be the way to go. They're all posturing right now toward that position. Roman has a glass cannon AWP as well. That's a perfect start. Deco, the biggest threat in that scenario, will go down to Just. Now the smoke can be deployed, but they're going to go back up toward Cat. Excellent resmoke from Travis at the perfect time to stop that play from happening, but Lollipop is very disconnected from the action toward Lon. Might have to go for a big flank. Travis is in trouble, and Mutuus takes him out. Now it is really all down to that long flank, and are they even going to want to consider it now? I think probably not. Keep the guns into the next round. SAW are about to win, just like 1 win, the unlikely round.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a mind-blowing series, I'm not going to lie to you. We've seen so many of these rounds come to fruition. So yeah, absolutely wild. I cannot lie, and SAW keep picking them up. It seems to be SAW. You know, we had Story with the cheeky one. I think 1 win will be really kicking themselves, to be honest. Maybe looking ahead. We're allowed to do that, but perhaps they're not. So, pretty insane stuff, to be honest. They will indeed just sort of nullify. The save does allow a pretty keen buy to come in from 1 win, but, you know, they're 1 step forward, 1 step back is immediately what's happened.
Exactly. Try and get a clean swap of the guns there to get the AWP going for the pick toward long as quick as possible, but in the end, Story does have to halt it a little bit, unfortunately, so he'll be back behind that smoke now. Just take a timing shot and fall back, and he'll do just that. Looks like that smoke is being primed. Look, it's the famous Zywoo smoke. Not the one from Pit that we saw, that also smoked the same position. It's the one that should land on the hinge. In mid-doors. Has it missed? Has it landed? It's landed. Quality from Story. throw from miles away, and the flashes will send them in towards short. I think when we know this position, man, that real shallow smoke, I guess you could say, from Travis might give SAW the opportunity to go for more control in this position, because they'll know that there are a couple of players there. It allows them to get close. That's the thing. They have gone back toward long as well, which is free at the moment because of this. I don't mind this play at all, and Lollipop will at least try and pounce it with some aggression. Roman goes down, and he... Oh, I'm about to say... He needs to be held by Travis, and he is. Good second. Story. Great pick on the site. Takes down his counterpart, Deco. 3v4 as they entry in.
4 versus 3. Okay, what has happened here? Suddenly into a 3 versus 2, and trades coming out from long need to happen. It's going to be down to Glowing in the one-on-one now. What is this carnage? Tech9 out. Story spots him, finds his head, and that could be the round that decides the map. 1 win, 4v3, low HP on one of the players. It seemed unlosable. They were walking into your trap. And lose it they will. Absolutely insane.
Sorry, another great clutch from him. I feel like he's very reliable. He won that clutch on Ancient, even though they lost the map, of course, with the pistol, the P250 running in, and he's so happy switching to the sidearm in that scenario. Good trades from everyone, to be fair. In what was quite a manic situation. Yes, they get away with it nicely, and it forces 1 win, as you so rightly point out. Closest to defeat in this one. Pistols are toward lower, they're toward mid, they're toward CT and long. In the meantime, SAW are choosing to take B, and they've absolutely hit the nail on the head with this call. Muterus is IGLing this map of Dust2 for SAW. It's perfection at the moment.
Bit of a weird game state on this one, of course.
We're going to get around where... Okay, we're not. About to say, we could be in for a rare situation where we could have a round where all 10 players stay alive. I don't think I've ever... It's been a very long time since I've seen a round where no team, either team, has ever taken a lick of damage. Thankfully, Longman, of course, are fighting with the pistols, as they should. Because they can remove guns from the equation, but Story is doing a great job getting all 4 of them, looking for 5. Keeps missing the shot. There it is. Extend the cast to finally get the ace. Thought he'd finally hit it. I had to give him a bit more sound to finish off that one. He managed to make it happen in the end. Nice anti-eco ace from Story. Good confidence for him in a very powerful spot, of course, but still.
Pretty wonderful stuff. Unfortunate that we have some of the energy kind of taken out towards the tail end, or what looks to be the tail end anyway. Tech pause in for SAW, hopefully not too long. I mean, they'll definitely want to be getting into it. 1 rifle ultimately stands between them and the victory. So, yeah, and a really decisive victory as well, actually. 1 win really having to work for Ancient, and maybe just taking too much of the gas out of the tank, you know what I mean? And then we'll have to question whether they've got any left for Vertigo. I thought we'd swap over to the CT side, honestly, Trav. I guess, again, it's that whole getting the money off the ground, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, I thought they would be able to turn it around. And they won a cheeky little force buy. Couldn't get that to work. So, yeah. I don't know what to say.
As I mentioned earlier, I mean, it's a long time in the past now, but last time SAW played this map at all, at least on HLTV, maybe they've played it in the open qualifiers for the RMR before the HLTV stage, maybe they've played it in some lower leagues, but last time they have, at least on HLTV, was in June, was in Challenger League in a previous season, and was against 1 win. They lost 16-5. This has been a whole different world of performances. Who knows, maybe SAW prepped last night, thinking that Dust2 would be a thing in this series again, and righting all the wrongs from a couple of months ago. I wouldn't put that past someone like Muterus, to be fair. He's got experience and knows how to work out a victory from a good old-fashioned demo watch. Lollipop Towards long. Deco's going to get caught out again. Story has his number this game. Has to be said, it was Deco. Had a couple of insane clips on CT side and on Ancient, but Story overall been the better of the two this game.
Late push towards long, 30 seconds left. There will be Lollipop round here to sort of hold the line, but he's trapped. He has to get out of here, and he just about makes it. Flash through the smoke, bit risky, but it works. I mean, it's simple but effective, and well, looking like a 15th and perhaps a third map as well. They'll go to save, but maybe you get a few rounds. 8 in a row, though. I don't see that one happening.
I agree. I think we've got Vertigo on the plate, so let's set it up. And what we expect to see in the future, of course. Both these teams do play the map. It's a good middle ground map for them. It's one that one winner played 7 times. It's one that SAW played 5 times in the last 3 months. And when it comes to the 1-win Vertigo, they've lost their last match in the Road to Rio quals. They lost it 16-14 to Heat, but they have beaten SAW in it previously. In that very event, it was only just, let's have a look at it, it was only 9 days ago. They played SAW on Vertigo in the IMRMRs. They won 22-20. So, I don't think there's anything to say about that. We could be in for a long decider, but we'll have to see. We've also played Movistar, Falcons, Entropic, all won. 2 went to the full 30 as well. If you like going the full 30, at least do 1 win. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the last 5 times they've played Vertigo, they've all gone to the full 30 or overtime. So, there you go.
Well, there you go. Might be in for an extended series, I suppose, so make sure you stick around. Could be fun. We like fun. We like extended games. I didn't really have any competition earlier when I was casting Asia. There was like a 16-6 and a 16-4.
Who did you cast again
about an hour and a half.
Asia?
D13.
Oh, yeah?
Against Lin Vision.
Ah, yes, I like Lin Vision.
Yeah, they had a stint over in Europe. Maybe could have been an ECL EU. Who knows? But no, I mean, it's a tough journey, isn't it, to get through all the doldrums. Looking good for SAW. 4 on 3. Boost up over the smoke. Actually not going to spot that player behind the CT's own smoke, so that's certainly interesting.
Let's see if this map will be finished off by SAW. 50 seconds to go. Going to get one back, but that's a lovely creep off of Mutarist. Looking at the final kill, and it's all down to Flamey. Keep this one going a little while longer. Story has been sick in this game so far. And Flamey's going to rotate all the way around to CT as well to keep Story guessing. One recovered, the Molotov will secure a plant. Story has everything in his control, but of course, one thing he doesn't know is where exactly Flamey has disappeared to. Keeping up CT, Story trying to put himself in a position where you can just watch one angle. Goose would be best for that, and that's exactly where he's putting himself. Can't afford to get caught looking the wrong way. Flamey walking up, hit, sound heard. Tech 9 out. This time, though, the sidearm fails him, and Flamey will keep the round and the game going for 1 win. Good clutch from him. And a free op as well.
There he is, the boss man. Big up Flamey. We love to see it. But yeah, indeed, I mean, pretty rough stuff, to be honest. It's still an awfully long road ahead. Nice little moments. And yeah, I think they, indeed, you know, will be happy to maybe pick up that momentum that we talk about, but I'm just not. It's hard. They're consolation rounds. You can't put too much weight on them, in all honesty. A bit of a highlight moment.
Yeah.
For your YouTube, perhaps, but yeah, 7 in a row left to go. SAW still got money for 1, probably 2 if they get a bomb plant as well. So it is going to be tough for 1 win to keep this train a-rolling.
Yeah. SAW are going to put up with much more of this malarkey, I'm sure. And we'll get this map over and done with and get to a decider as quickly as possible. But not if 1 win have anything to say about it. Maybe right now they're playing a little bit without pressure, and perhaps it's showing. Pulling W toward lower tunnels. Lollipop himself a couple, helped out by glowing. Leaves Muterus 1v3. As you say, in this sort of scenario, maybe you can play a little bit without pressure. Maybe you can say, okay, well, they're on that point now. Let's just play our game. See how far it gets us. Travis waiting for Muterus, and we'll headshot him mid-range. Nice frag from him. And a pretty poor game, Travis, compared to Ancient. Travis was insane on Ancient, but Dust2 struggling a bit. In 22, most deaths in the server by far, so good for him to get a little bit of confidence before the decider. If we get there, you never know, because we're going for a sort of a half buy in this one, even with some guns.
Certainly. Definitely plays more of the entry role on that T side, so if things are not going well for you, like it can look rough in a sort of team-based environment, especially. Early tag. Woo, early frag. Uh-oh. Deco going to get tagged as well. Needs to be careful. Nearly spammed down through the door. The nade to follow up. Does not find Roman. Does make just one tappable. Exactly. An M4 Dink will do 91 damage, so there you go. But some nice long house control. And SAW, the one thing that they struggle with is that utility because of the nature of this buy. So, yeah. What do you do from here? You got a smoke and a flash. That's it.
Not much with this, but at least they have the numbers, and they have guns picked up too. One player without anything at the moment. Smoke towards CT from Roman. I'll give him a chance to cross. U-Jerks might have a chance to flank Flamey here on the B site too. Needs to be careful, and Flamey's very aware. He's very, very aware, and gets both kills as well. Travis with a bit of a whiff, but gets it done in the end. And that was a nice hold in the end from Flamey. He could have easily been caught off by U-Jerks' timing there. In the end, well done to him. Keeps it going. Double digits confirmed. Need five more in a row. Win out this one. Glowing has gone for a XM shotgun when he can buy a M4 in this round. So maybe he's got an idea for that. Maybe they're pushing B. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, probably got an idea for it, I'd hope. Because, you know, otherwise it doesn't really make much sense. To be honest. But, you know. All good in the hood. 5 more to go. This one breaks the back, so I think if you get to this point, it gets a little scary, and maybe you need to take more of a tactical timeout, in fairness.
Oh, Flamey. Being super aggressive. Behind the molly.
Okie dokie then.
Working well for one win. As I said, playing a bit freer, it feels like, in the last few rounds. Glowing's shotgun will get burnt out by U-Jerks, though, so that didn't get anything done. They still have a 4v3. And we're covered. Utility can be primed, but one win have already split the play. That's the right thing to do. Two toward long. Can retake if they go up short. Pretty comfortably. If they go B, which they are, Flamey's in a great spot. Easy. And the Deco in position as well. It's too difficult for SAW to get in any way. With the Khalil, should get caught off, and does. Right. Sort of a little bit split in the last few rounds, Scriv. Slightly worrying. But they should still bring it through. But I'm still, you know, a little bit concerned that they haven't shown much recently.
Yeah, this has got to be the difficulty, right? Where you do get yourself in a good spot. You take the pistol, do really well to shut down that wacky force buy, actually. I think if they hadn't got that, this could be a really different story. But once you start losing rounds, and one win have got that stable economy, which they have not been able to find for most of the half, I think you're going to struggle on a map that you don't really play to figure out a way back in. One win, don't have to figure out that way back in, so no pressure. Not out if they lose this, so no pressure. And they're on the CT side, so way less pressure. Nice shot from Just. Not going to get any more than that. They get a couple kills, but it really doesn't matter. The money is great for one win. You need the rounds. For them, it's just sort of, I don't know, kill bonus, play out the round, find a few frags, gain that confidence moving forwards. If they don't win this one, though, I actually might be on the train for one win. Don't say it too loud, but...
I understand. It would be some comeback for sure, and SAW will probably be looking at this series later on if they lose this somehow 2-0 and saying, oh, well, we could have won it 2-0. How have we not won at least one map in this series? Well, they're a lot closer this time than they managed on Ancient. Had plenty of rounds to close it out, but this buy round again has not started too great. Story getting taken down by Deco. Deco's showing up again in significant force. Ujek's in pit. Flamey tries to adjust on the secondary AWP, but even though you've seen him use that a lot as of late, it's all Deco. Molotov should be the end of him, though. He gets caught looking the wrong way, and Muteris. Travis is in a great spot there to trade that, but Muteris hits the bullet first and hits it brilliantly. So, round back on. Muteris has an AWP to recover as well, so he has a bit more chance to do some work on low health. And just like that, round back on.
But where? That's the one thing for one win. They maybe do have to take a small gamble. Lollipop fancies a Flamey with the AWP. This is a cursed timeline. Not quite sure. Ooh, big frag. Oh, beautiful frag as well. Here we go. The AWP round the corner will find Mutiris, and now just down to Ujek's. Flash comes in. He's a bit closer than expected. Should be all good, though. Nade does finish off Flamey, but he's not ready for Lollipop to be so close. Ooh. So near for SAW, and yet so far. That was probably their best chance in the past 6 to pick one up.
Yeah. Are we going to get a situation where a team comes back to 15-14 and then falls at the last hurdle again? Saw that on map 1. And SAW are technically giving up 14 here. They have the utility and the scouts and the pistols to cause some havoc, but this is one win with the chance to get to that round 30 again. Didn't think we'd get here so quickly. Feels like it's only been a few seconds, really. Nice beaver up from Lollipop. Ujek's down to very low HP. You'll know that he's headshot him through the wall, through the doors. Amy given plenty of resmokes. There's a nice little play that I think ever since they added the grenade drop update in this game, I think it was very common on Inferno, sorry, but it's should be something you can probably do on all maps. You give the anchor the second smoke to waste as much time as possible. And there go the pistols. Just Muteris left with the scout. Realising he'll probably need to die before time, so probably won't waste too much time. Maybe using this bit of these few seconds left over to talk over the next round. Worth it, maybe?
Nice shot.
One more.
Ooh. Can't find it. Unlucky. Look, man, even if we don't go to the overtime here, which would be pretty incredible stuff, we're down at 15-7 for one win. So it's 7 in a row. And I say all the time, when you're on scorelines like that, I don't see it in a row. I don't see it happening. If you put Simple and the boys here, you know, all that usual stuff. And a part of me believes it. Another part of me is kind of like, you know, I'd love to see the comeback. And actually, I think maybe Simple could do it. But...
right.
Tough. We'll see. Double AWPs to deal with here, Trav. Rushing out through long. Mutiris. Nearly getting caught. Oh, he's so low, the nade doesn't
got away.
Find him.
Wow.
He's just about alive, which is pretty massive. Oh, we'll see here. The secondary AWP as they come rushing through. I don't know how big this is going to be. He opens up. The A1S can't really assist. Gap closing. A1S. Good. AWP. Good.
Wow.
Yep. Mutira's the only one left, and they have just been absolutely written off. Overtime required. Can you believe it? One win, have done it. 8 in a row to get us to overtime, and now the potential to pick up the map. I believe we should be taking a pause here, but who indeed really knows? Nonetheless, we will indeed be back in a few moments. Hopefully not too long. Stick with us. Welcome back. Did promise a quick pause, and it was indeed. We are here with the overtime. How have we ended up here? One win.
Ow.
What an incredible little run back from them. Can they keep it going and pick up the 2-1 here? We'll see. We'll see. I said money was the big issue for them. Once they got that together, they managed to win 8 in a row. So now they've got all the money in the world.
Yeah, now we're seeing why One Win do like the map. Finally. It took them quite a while to get started, but 15-7 to 15-15 is where we've got to. And SAW will be feeling a bit sick right now, I feel like. Had a great chance on map 1, and they might be getting letting a great chance slip by on map 2 as well. But that's a good start. Lollipop toward long doors, gets destroyed by a flash and by U-jerks. Early pick comes in. Muterus gets helped out by a flash of Romans. Flashes are brilliant so far for SAW to get 2 opening picks. Why couldn't they do this in regulation? It's the classic. They're going to lose 8 rounds in a row to lose to over to OT, and are they going to win the first round of OT? They might.
It is indeed the classic, isn't it? The A-bomb site left open. Flamey has to find this kill, and he can't.
Nice. You've done this 5 minutes ago, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Please.
I know. It's the pressure element. It's got to be the pressure element and just sort of overthinking things. You know?
Break helped for sure.
But this is so often how I go. I can't remember the last time that a team like flawlessly won an overtime, even. Not even like this where it's like, oh, they got the... But, you know, you're on 8 in a row as well. It goes to 1 win. You're on 8 in a row. Surely, what's 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Like... Yeah. But here we are. SAW up to 16 at the very least, making the overtime.
What an absolute classic. What an absolute classic. Just will even one tap glowing to finish it off as well. Bonk indeed, but don't worry. For a 1 win, they'll still be in a very good spot. They just need to make sure they win at least one of these CT rounds, because they go 2-1. They lose a 2-1. I would say, honestly, all advantages are on SAW's side. And we have a good chance of going map 3. But yeah, 15-7 to 15 all, and SAW win the first. Isn't that typical? Amy on the up toward long, gets smashed off the angle, looking to try and at least get one, and he's got one. So many flashes are proving to be a problem. Thankfully, Lollipop is there to bail him out, and he deserves a Lollipop after that one, that's for sure. He's got 14 assists in this game so far, Lollipop. Of course, I believe flash assists do count on ESCA official matches, so there's probably a lot of those.
True. Yeah.
But definitely some damage assists in there too.
I mean, I don't know. Pro level flash assists after a full length game are probably near 40 for most of the players, I'd say. Although, is it flash assists or effective flashes? Bada bing. That's because that's a bit of a different stat, isn't it? I suppose. I think I've got effective flashes in my head. Either way, getting ripped apart here. Deco just having a field day in at middle. Story, the only one that remains, still have enough to buy, so he'll try and take some fights. Not going to happen. 1 win with the immediate return. Good signs for them.
Yep. It's like a flash in the pan, I'm afraid, from SAW. That 1 round out of nowhere. How long are we going to go 2-1 for? Are we going to keep going the 2-1s and get to OT? Multiple OTs?
Well, I mean, we'll see, Chief.
Indeed. Interesting so far, Scriv, is that Flamey's been on the secondary AWP, I think, twice in this game. He's gotten, like, 1 kill, but has looked, like, a little bit uncomfortable with it. And immediately, maybe off a spawn-based thing, because Dust2 CT is very, very spawn-based, they have glowing on it this time. So I think they basically have 3 AWPers. Obviously, 1 main AWPer, but they have 3 people who are willing to AWP, and whoever has the best spawn when they want a secondary AWP gets it. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I definitely feel like Glowing had it a couple times, maybe just once, actually, in regulation as well. So, they've been toying with that idea for quite a while, actually. The overtime just relies on those spawns, on the money, of course, that they have way more access to, so, yeah.
Exactly. 3 toward A. Or 1 win, 1 pit, 1 middle along, 1 site. SAW making their way up cat. Lollipop looking to play the tight angle with the help of Deco. And that's a crossfire you don't want to go into. 50 seconds to go. The normal utility up towards short. Lollipop is being looked for by U-Jokes, but it's only pit being stared at. And that is not where Lollipop resides. Mutuous needs to trade this, and he does get it. Mutuous, sure, takes a while to get the trade, but gets it eventually. Deco now in position. Gets 1, gets 2. Travis helps out as well. And just like that, it's all down to Story. He's stuck in the middle of cat with nothing to do. Dash will help out too, and Deco gets his 3rd of the round. Deco 26 and 14. And 1 win will win out OT 2-1.
Yes, we'll see here. I mean, going to be a bit of a tough one here. Really not sure. 1 win, you know, found a bit more success on that T side. It was the CTN that sort of fell apart for them. SAW, though, not bad on the CT side either. And again, they will have that full access to the money, which really does make a difference. So I'm curious. I'm very curious indeed to see how this goes down. 1 win. Have they done enough work? Is 17 enough? We'll see.
We will see. Off OT about to get underway again to see if we can close out this one, or if SAW bring it to a 3rd and final map. We talked all about Vertigo. Maybe it's my fault. We're talking about Vertigo so early on. I'm very sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't believe in the caster curse, so all good. This has already happened in reality. So you know, I can't curse anything. But there we are. Anyway, Travis has stepped up pretty decently as well in the final few rounds of this match. He got a couple of critical kills on CT. Sure, it's still a bad KD, but he's helped out a lot. He was only 7 and 20 at some point. Now he's 15 and 24. A lot better. And already, in this round, lost Lollipop, which is a problem. He's been a critical part of some of these site takes with his utility, and he's dropped all of it now. So, if SAW get 3 in a row, we go to a third map. If one win reach 19 first, the series is over.
Oh, that's rough for Glowing. Just absolutely melted by that A1S through the smoke. It is an annoying weapon at times, especially in the hands of a master. 5 on 3. And once again, one of these short hits, maybe? No. Backing off from it. 50 seconds left to go. You can see it's totally different styles on the T side from these two teams. Deco looking to contact. He's been having a great game. That hits, but only tags. Colour me surprised. He may have given the game away that they're edging towards the B-bomb site here. I think you might know that he has indeed landed the tag. 2 players. Quick flanks coming in, though. And, well, there'll be a couple of kills earned. Roman has to stay alive, and, well, he buys time. That's kind of the key thing. And now Deco... It's just really in no man's land at this point. 15 seconds, no time, and nowhere to go. More tags. So he has been a bit unfortunate. He will go down, however, and 17-7 does indeed come through.
Indeed. So, 17 all. This is a sort of overtime that reeks of, you know, one team going sort of 1 each in this scenario and going to a second OT. But, for 1 win's sake, I'm sure for SAW's sake, they definitely don't want that to happen. They want to get this done as quick as possible. SAW would have been so disappointed with themselves not to secure it in regulation. And now, they pick from Deco toward long, again, winning an opening. Some toward you, Jerks. He's had a bit of a rough series overall, it has to be said. They're rough Ancient. Doing okay on Dust2. Gonna be tough. Not performing at the level we've seen from him in the past. Roman does get himself 1 kill, but Travis takes him. And now 1 winner going back toward the B tunnels here with a minute to go.
Almost the read, just... He's got another smoke. I mean, this B-bomb site has just been absolutely impenetrable. The utility, like you mentioned, it just makes it so hard. B splits are like 90% of the team mid, 10% of the team B. So it's mainly split. It's more like a B split, you know, like 30 seconds. They're going to move back. The smoke gone down now for Just, and he is pretty isolated, actually. Damage, info. They really don't know what to do. The mid smoke comes in, and yeah, that's just going to keep his assistants out. He'll go down fast.
Perfect.
Nice shot from Deco. He makes him look so crisp, doesn't he? Lollipop lurking around middle will find it. So they've secured themselves another overtime at the very least, but that was a really nice round, actually.
Yeah, perfect stuff from 1 win, and they have series point. First one. The entire game. Amy going for a T-side AWP as well, of course. The money is in a situation where there can be no issue at all. You can go for auto snipers on the cross if you really want to. Of course, Story has his own AWP to face up against just above the smoke there. Won't see anything for now. Just pushing toward top mid, looking for some damage early on. Flamey though, oh, he holds for it. He holds for it beautifully. Roman does get 2 in response at least, but it's a 4v3. Oh, hang on a second. Story. How has he not realised that Glowing can just shoot him from there? It's a bit of an interesting one. Flamey's still low. So this round's still technically a bit more in SAW's favour than 1 wins.
Lollipop managed to creep out long. Just has to be careful not to go down here. The support from short will probably move in soon.
Oh,
Not the best cross smokes, but Glowing is the one that, you know, is stuck around, caught an isolated player. U-Jerks, nice timing, great peek. Back to the 2-on-2, but Glowing cannot stop fragging. Where's the bomb going? U-Jerks trying to get a read early, trying to get a read ahead of the move. And Glowing holding. U-Jerks going to take the peek and will fall. One win, have done it. What a series from them. Oh my goodness. I mean, so well deserved. Look, you take Ancient, the favorite of SAW, and you win 8 in a row to get us to overtime on Dust2. Incredible play. You really have to say, a fantastic day. And look, the Dust2, it's their pick, and you'd be like, what are you doing going down? But it's also not a fantastic map for them. So really having to dig deep to get the 2-0 finish in this series.